This Ride for Peace was started after Hazur Ijaz, Ayyadullah Ta'ala ibn Nasir guidance. And Alhamdulillah, Ansarullah UK was able to spread the message of peace to different countries through the cycling. Last year with Hazur Ijaz, Ayyadullah Ta'ala ibn Nasir's guidance and prayers, we went to Hyderabad, and similarly this year we went as well. Alhamdulillah, more than 100 Spanish local cyclists took part in these events, making the base Bisharat Mosque, Hyderabad. Hazur's guidance was to cycle for spreading the message of Islam, Ahmadiyyat, and humanitarian services. Alhamdulillah, with the prayers of Hazur Ijaz ibn Nasir Aziz and sheer mercy of Allah, we were able to support local football stadium in Hyderabad, providing the chairs to the stadium, which were much appreciated in local villages around Hyderabad. Now, this event is spreading, and in Cordoba, Jaén, and Granada provinces, it is spread from one province to the 3 provinces, Alhamdulillah. It is becoming popular in Andalusia, and now provincial ministers of other provinces would like to hold this supportive event in their province as well, just like I mentioned, Jaén. They wanted to have this Ride for Peace permanently in their area. Through cycling, as per Hazur's instruction, finding new avenues and tabligh, message of Islam is spreading to Spanish provinces, newspaper and in social media. Our event was published and praised by locals. It is a short documentary we are presenting here. We are very grateful to MT International and their team who traveled with us to film it, and it is presented to you with the collaboration of MT International and Majlis Ansarullah UK. Inshallah, full-length documentary will be on MTA later on. Jazakallah.
Day 3, done. And now this is the end of the trip. Absolutely exhausted, legs are fried. 60K, 100K, everyone can do it. It's the inclines. 3 days of relentless cycling. You hit a brick wall at a point. No matter what nourishment you're taking, no matter what protein you're taking, what carb intake you're having.
This is a tough hill. 6% gradient, and my legs feel like jelly.
Don't ask, don't think about it. ना पूछें, बस चलते जाएं.
Uphill incline. What do? You've got 2 options. You just have to cycle through. Any pains in your legs, just tell them to be quiet and just behave. Block out any pain and just push through. And alhamdulillah, most of us did that.
You could see the pain in everyone's eyes, in their bodies, the fatigue. But purely what was driving us was the message of Islam, Ahmadiyyat, peace, brotherhood.
The ride was actually just a byproduct. Really what we're trying to achieve is that shared kind of passion for cycling. We're able to introduce the Jamaat.
No matter where you go, Surrey Hills, Kent, once you come to Spain, the scenes, the road, the tarmac, the olive trees, the surroundings, the people, the views, just an amazing experience.
This is actually our 3rd event that we planned in Spain, and obviously with a request for prayers from Hazur, and once the program is finalized, then we get into the organization.
Some people came to Spain to look at the routes and so on.
Essentially, it culminates in the day we travel to Spain. After Jummah, we have a moment with Hazur.
We stood around a little circle, effectively, and he came and said salam to us, and he saw us off with good humor as well.
Ansari हैं? डॉक्टर हैं? हाँ जी। PhD डॉक्टर हैं? PhD डॉक्टर हैं। साइकिलिंग भी कर लेते हैं? कोशिश करते हैं। अच्छा। अल्लाह ताला बात में रखे सबको। कितने लोग हैं?
जो टोटल 52 है, लेकिन साइकिल से 32 है। 32 साइकिल्स हैं।
So that was really exciting, and seeing Hazur up close, personal, looking really well, looking really happy, was a real highlight for me.
Nervous, I think, was one feeling, but also very motivated to get a glimpse to see Hazur, and that really begins our journey and gives us inspiration.
बहरहाल हम वहाँ से नमाज के बाद 3:30 बजे रवाना हुए.
And Sir Saab, Mirza Ansarullah, Mirza Waqar Saab came and saw us off with dua.
So got to the airport, and unfortunately, for reasons unknown to us, the flight was delayed by an hour and a half.
The flight was at 7:35 p.m., which meant that we ended up arriving in Spain something like 1 in the morning, so it was pretty late. But alhamdulillah, we enjoyed that journey as well together.
It's not something I normally would undertake. If I was doing such a big cycling route, I would normally make sure I've had enough sleep the night before.
It was a good opportunity for us to further spend time all together at the airport.
इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज़्यादा होता है फ्लाइट के लेट होने का मतलब ये कि 2 बजे तकरीबन रात सुबह 4 बजे कहना चाहिए कि फैज़ाबाद पहुँचे क्योंकि मालागा से एयरपोर्ट से फैज़ाबाद जाने का रास्ता भी लंबा रास्ता है.
That meant that unfortunately a few of them who were already here in Malaga had to wait a little bit longer, but again, I don't think anybody was too worried.
सबसे पहले उनकी साइकिल आई सबसे पहले. बस नहीं लेकिन चले जाएं बस की तरफ फिर चले जाए ना वो अमीन.
Having arrived, we all boarded our coach to Hyderabad Masjid Basharat, and we were served with great sandwiches. And by this time it was 1 to 2 a.m. I believe. We had a big start the next day. So with that, we knew we had a long day, but we also had to make sure that we had enough sleep. So most of us slept on the coach.
सुबह 4 बजे तकरीबन वहाँ पहुँचे हैदराबाद.
Extremely exhausted. You know, most of us had probably been up since Fajr the day before. Some of us managed to get sleep on the plane, some didn't. I personally didn't get any sleep. I was squeezed in on an airplane between 3 people. So it was tough.
हमारे पास सोने के लिए थोड़ा वक्त था लेकिन मैं खैर 1 आधा घंटा लोग सोए होंगे. 6:15 बजे नमाज थी, नमाज अदा की और सारे इंसान अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सारी थकावट के बावजूद मस्जिद में नमाज अदा की बाजमात. अगर आप 8:30 बजे सारे आ जाएं या उससे पहले 8 बजे आ जाएं, नाश्ता कर लें, साइकिल वगैरह जोड़ लें तो वक्त पे सारे फारिग हो जाएंगे. तो अगर कोशिश करेंगे 3 साढ़े 3 तक हम सारे वापस आ जाएं तो उसका फ़ायदा ये होगा कि शाम को जो इवेंट है उसकी तैयारी भी थोड़ी सी करनी है, उसे मदद भी करवानी होती है. हमने खुद ही तैयारी करनी है, खुद ही मदद करनी सारों की. ठीक है, बस सब ने खुद मिल के काम करना है. आज रात इवेंट है जिसमें इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है कि बाहर से जो लोग हैं वो काफ़ी शामिल होंगे. और थोड़ा सा डिसिप्लिन इसलिए हासिल रखना पड़ेगा कि हमने बहरहाल 9 बजे आज वो मेयर ने भी आना है, उसने आके तो ज़रूरी बता वो इफ्तार करना है, प्रोग्राम को उसने शुरू करना है. नाश्ते के लिए आ जाएँ, नाश्ता कर लें और नाश्ता ना छोड़ें लंबा, क्योंकि ये भी होता है बाज़ मतलब कि साइकिलिंग आपने करनी है 100 किलोमीटर तो बहरहाल खा लें, नाश्ता कर लें उठ के जल्दी. नींद तो फिर बाद में पूरी हो जाएगी इंशाल्लाह. और उसके बाद हमने तैयारी शुरू कर दी और
Got ourselves ready, assembled our bikes, and alhamdulillah, I think everyone built the energy.
ये पहली दफ़ा काम, लास्ट टाइम नहीं ये करना पड़ा था.
पहली दफ़ा डिसमेंटल की है यहाँ पे आने के लिए. पहले तो ऐसे ही आ जाती थी ना सीधी सही सलामत. अब पहली दफ़ा हम इसे कर रहे हैं.
सो फार तो अभी शुरू किया है. होपफुली कोई मुश्किल अभी तक तो कोई नज़र नहीं आ रही है, ऐसी कोई मुश्किल. तो उम्मीद है कि बाकी काम भी आसानी से हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह.
पहली मरतबा साइकिल को के पुर्ज़ों को अलहदा करना और उसको फिर जोड़ना एक लर्निंग पॉइंट था हम सब के लिए.
पिछले साल हम लोग इसी तरह साइकिल थी, उन्हें हमें बॉक्सेस में नहीं लेके आए थे, लेकिन इस दफ़ा ज़्यादा सिक्योर तरीके से हम लोग लाए हैं.
ये पकड़ेगा. मुझे लगता है ये उल्टा जोड़ दिया. डेफिनेटली उल्टा जोड़ दिया. उल्टा जोड़ दिया.
So in the morning, when the ride started, we had the mayor of Hyderabad to basically see us off with the Meets Up Spain. We got a chance also to meet the local cyclists who were here. So there was maybe 70, 80 of us in total, of which around half or a little bit more than half were the local Spanish cyclists. A chance to speak with them, understand, see their excitement as well. I think we've seen some of them before, some are new faces, and it was great to meet them again.
दूसरा ग्रुप करने का पहले पीछे रहेंगे। जकी साहब आपने किस में जाना है? दूसरे ग्रुप जकी साहब पीछे हैं, ठीक है। पहले भी पीछे हो, लेकिन आगे रफ़ीक भट्टी साहब वगैरह, रफ़ीक और महमूद साहब, करीम सादिक साहब, ज़िया रहमान साहब, ये लोग सब जो जिनको है, इमरान साहब, ठीक है, आप लोग आगे चले जाएं पहले वाले।
Given the night before was a long night, we decided to leave a little bit later. 9:30. It was hot.
आज जो पहला दिन था उसमें डे वन जिसे कह सकते हैं, उसमें लंबी राइड थी। तो 105 किलोमीटर का जर्नी था और एलिवेशन 1570 मीटर थी, जो कि ऑलमोस्ट 1600 मीटर एलिवेशन थी।
The first halfway, up to the halfway point, was basically up and down, up and down. We did over, I think, just over 4,000 feet. The size I am, I have to carry my weight and also carry the bike with me.
I think my tire got punctured right now. But anyway, let's see. So, the first 50 kilometers, they are tough because we have to go uphill.
The beautiful thing is that when you're riding together as a group, as a unit, you push each other and you encourage each other.
Most of us are, alhamdulillah, in good shape this time, and many of the Spanish cyclists, they mention it, that we are better prepared than last year. अमूमी तौर पे जब हम राइड करते हैं उसमें इतनी एलिवेशन नहीं होती, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह थकावट भी थी, सारा कुछ था, लेकिन सारे लोगों ने उसको फिर मुकम्मल कर लिया।
Very beautiful scenery if you look around, traffic free, nice roads, and just getting to know all the cyclists, our own Ansar brothers that were cycling with us, as well as the Spanish cyclists. It was very good.
It's 110 kilometers. We've done almost 35 kilometers, but these 35 kilometers are the tough ones because they are uphill. So once we've done 55 kilometers, that means we've done most of the elevation, and then it is downhill.
I think en route, I think the other thing to mention is that we had support from both local as well as some teams that came up from the UK with, providing some nourishment and so forth. So, it felt like a real team effort that we were able to work together and achieve the goal.
We were given food along the way, snacks, carbs, but now this is a point where we can actually sit down, relax and take in as much as we possibly can. It's quite important at this point to take on essentially carbs. The body is burning energy like no one's business. And for some of us more than others, heart rate can be extremely high, so we're just burning through carbs. And you don't want to hit the wall, which is basically in cycling terms called bonking. You want to just consistently keep going. So we have been blessed to have some outsiders as well who have been here in previous years with us, and mashallah every year more and more people turn up, so there's a lot of externals here, and they're quite a bit better than us, so they've kind of got here before us and we've reached here. Now more guys will turn up.
Venimos una grupeta de Valencia a practicar ciclismo con nuestros amigos pakistaníes y es una experiencia muy bonita porque notas una paz interior que nos da la confianza que nos dan nuestros amigos pakistaníes.
As most of you have seen this morning, that people from Valencia, people from Pedrobas, people from Cordoba, Adamus, different areas, Montoro, I think there's another place. I think 6-7 towns and cities people were with us this morning, and we were all riding for peace. It is all about brotherhood, spreading the message of peace. Condition in the world at the moment is very destabilized, you can say. There's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of division. I think we are doing it for the peace, and we're bringing people together to spread peace, love and harmony. That was the main cause.
Pues muy bien, el ritmo hemos ido todos muy juntos, no hemos esperado y la gente se ve muy animada. Está siendo un poquito frío, pero lo está respetando porque si llega a ser calor hubiera sido mucho más duro. Pero se ha llegado un grupo grande y la gente va llegando y todo con mucho ánimo.
Well, most of them didn't speak English. Maybe one or two did, but we with hand gestures, with not screaming and shouting, but when Spanish speakers sounds like this, they're sort of shouting at you, but they're not. They're just talking to you like normal people.
50 kilometers in, done about 3,000 feet of incline. Just waiting for a few others to turn up. Everyone's going at different paces.
So we made it to the top. Once I got to the top, I knew I could come back because I saw the route in Hyderabad was the same as going and coming back. So I knew roughly where the hills were on the way back because that's where I went down. On the way down, interestingly, I managed to break on my back wheel, what we call a spoke, that broke. So I was a little bit worried coming down, but by the grace of Allah, everything was fine. We checked, made sure it was safe to come down. So we made it. I took my tyre to the bike shop, got that fixed for the next day, ready to go, just to make sure there's absolutely no chance of any injuries or anything like that.
And alhamdulillah, many cyclists who just didn't think they could cycle that much were able to complete. It took us a good 7 or 8 hours to complete the distance. Some of the faster riders were able to do it in 5 or 6, but others a little bit longer.
It was actually not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was really enjoyable with such a large group of MD brothers and, of course, guests from Spain. It made things really enjoyable. The weather was great, the roads were great, the route was great, and the support as well.
What was so great to have when you're climbing up a mountain, and at this point it's 3-4 p.m., the sun was shining, but alhamdulillah, and I've never experienced this in Spain, there was a drizzle, a very pleasant drizzle. It was almost as if the heavens have opened to bless the journey further. So we soaked up, enjoy that ride with a little bit of cool and drizzle on your skin, and that sensation is great when you're cycling.
So we're now getting back towards the main event for today, which is the Ride for Peace, which has been publicised in the local press, on buses and on billboards, and we're hoping that inshallah many of the local people around Hyderabad will be able to participate, and that includes the mayor as well, dignitaries and local people will be able to see firsthand how Muslims are kind, generous and peace-loving, especially in today's world where Muslims are given such bad press.
So we completed that day by the grace of Allah.
आज का दिन इस लिहाज से भी ज़रा सख्त हो जाता है कि शाम को एक सारे जो लोकल अफराद होते हैं हैदराबाद के इर्द-गिर्द जो हमारे रहायशी हैं या विलेज के लोग होते हैं, उन ये साइकिलिस्ट जो हमारे साथ जाते हैं, उन सबको हम दावत के लिए बुलाते हैं। शाम का एक खाने का अरेंजमेंट किया जाता है। इसी तरह शाम 8:30 बजे खाने का इंतज़ाम किया गया था मस्जिद के लॉन में। बड़ा खूबसूरत माहौल बन जाता है, देखने वालों को बड़ा अच्छा लगता है।
This is a very unique event, alhamdulillah. We'll walk to some of the areas now, inshallah, so where you will see that how the team from the UK is helping locally, literally organizing all of this event in another country, which is the uniqueness about this event. So you can see Mansoor Sam there. He's in charge of serving, so he's guiding all of the serving team members. They're taking all of the crockery, so they're setting up, inshallah. And the serving team is also there with him. Here we have Hassan Saab, and Hassan Saab is in charge of, he's also a Marvin Sadr, and he's in charge of ziyafat and serving. So mashallah, his team has traveled from the UK, and all of them are involved. All of them are cooking here. So behind all the dinners, breakfast, lunch, these events, another event that's going to happen in Khain tomorrow, inshallah, all of it is done by the UK team, but some help from the Spanish Jamaat as well. So there are some members of the Spanish Jamaat who are also helping. But majority, buying, purchasing, cooking here, and making sure that it's served warm and nice is also Hassan Saab's responsibility, inshallah. So this is the hub where everything is happening, alhamdulillah. Aja, you can go through. You can see most of the team members here are from the UK Jamaat, and then there are some Spanish Jamaat members as well. They're preparing the food, alhamdulillah. Very busy, so trying to get things ready for the dinner tonight, inshallah ta'ala. Very dedicated people. You'll see them making preparations for breakfast later in the evening, through the night, and most of them will be here in the morning. They'll be preparing sandwiches for the cyclists. They'll be getting things ready for the lunch as well for tomorrow, inshallah. And they're also cooking for the dinner tomorrow night. And they'll continue throughout, inshallah.
आज का जो हमारा स्पेशल डिनर था इसमें काफ़ी लेंथी मेन्यू था और इसकी हर एक बंदा जो है हमारी टीम का वो डिफरेंस उसका माहिर है। कोफ्ता कड़ी थी, तो इस तरह वेजिटेबल राइस थे, मिक्स वेजिटेबल, तो वो डिफरेंट टीम।
तो इसमें हमने इस मरतबा जो जितने स्पेनिश साइकिलिस्ट थे उन सबको जो तकरीब हुई उसमें अवार्ड भी दिए, उनको सर्टिफिकेट्स भी दिए और राइड फॉर पीस के हवाले से मेडल्स जो भी सूवनियर्स थे वो सारों को दिए जो कि बाहर से साइकिलिस्ट आए हुए थे। इसी तरह यहाँ के जो मेयर थे उनको भी पेश किया एक तोहफा।
Pues he tenido la suerte de llegar a Islamabad, al lado de Londres, y pues eso, cuando era la oración he entrado en la mezquita y he visto el califa que estaba a 10 metros. Y yo no soy musulmán, pero resientes algo muy fuerte a este hombre, vamos, como un respeto y de verdad que como, no sé, una fuerza que transmite. De verdad que he sido muy orgulloso de verlo.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह थोड़ी सी बारिश शुरू हो गई थी।
Fortunately, there was a plan B to hold the actual dinner part, so it's the second part of the evening, indoors.
But what was great is that the guests themselves were able to help us as well.
The guests were actually themselves grabbing chairs, to help us, bring them inside to help set up.
So it was a true community spirit.
लेकिन ये भी मैं समझता हूँ अल्लाह का फजल है, जब पूरी तकरीब मुकम्मल हो गई तो फिर बारिश शुरू हुई और उसके बाद फौरी तौर पे खाने का इंतज़ाम अंदर कर दिया गया और सब लोग अंदर जाकर बैठ के और वहाँ पे उन्हें खाना खाया।
As the meals finished, nobody was in a rush to leave. They all sat there, we kept chatting, we kept talking to each other, discussing things. And I think they stayed after dinner had finished, they probably stayed another hour or maybe 1.5, 2 hours after that.
और बाद में बड़ी देर तक मुख्तलिफ प्रोग्राम और बड़ी बातें करते रहे, मुख्तलिफ लोग तकरीरें करते रहे, उठ के मुख्तलिफ अपनी वाक़यात सुनाते रहे, बातें सुनाते रहे। तो बड़ा अच्छा माहौल एक यूनिटी का बन गया। कोई उनकी तरफ से बातें बयान कर रहा था, कोई हमारी तरफ से बयान कर रहा था। तो बड़ा खूबसूरत माहौल था। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह ताला के फजल से पहला दिन उस प्रोग्राम के बाद बड़े अच्छे तौर पे ख़त्म हुआ।
Spain, alhamdulillah, lovely place, beautiful weather, lovely environment. Apparently it was just this weekend where it's been a bit overcast. Temperatures definitely a bit lower, but nice for cycling.
Day 2 की जो राइड है उसमें एक फ़र्क ये था कि हमने वहाँ पर 2 बजे तक पहुँचना था। हमारे पास टारगेट था कि हमने उस टारगेट को 2 बजे तक अचीव करना है। तो 100 किलोमीटर जो है वो तकरीबन 1000 मीटर एलिवेशन को 5 घंटे में हमें मुकम्मल करना था, क्योंकि वहाँ पे जो सिटी की जो स्पोर्ट्स की जो सेक्रेटरी थी उन्होंने कहा था कि वो उसमें शामिल होंगी और एक टाइम दिया था कि मैं सिर्फ इस वक्त में शामिल हो सकती हूँ।
Sir,
Let's do this.
let's do this, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Another day.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, day 2. We are staying overnight in Jaén, so that means we all had to pack our suitcases. So we set off at 8:30, having done Dua, and we cycled through Hyderabad to the little village and head out towards Jaén.
Today we are going from Hyderabad, Basharat Mosque, down to Jain. Well, we say in English Jain, but it's actually pronounced Rain, like the Arabic word.
It started with a uphill climb, I remember. So you were recovering from the day before, but immediately you're hit with a uphill incline. What do? You've got 2 options. You just have to cycle through any pains in your legs just tell them to be quiet and just behave. Block out any pain and just push through. And alhamdulillah, most of us did that.
It was supposed to rain, but alhamdulillah it didn't, which has helped a lot because you want to prevent any accident or any issues. I'm at the back of the pack today, helping out any stragglers or anyone that needs a bit of help. In that, we actually had someone that had a puncture just a little while back, so we managed to give him a helping hand, sort all that out and get him back on the road. And now we're about 20 kilometers in of our 100-kilometer ride. So interestingly, yesterday I spent about 4 hours cycling with some quite good cyclists that are from the local club. It was good, high level, very challenging, especially up these hills. We climbed about 5,000 feet in total. And I guess the only downside was my lack of Spanish. So I spent 4 hours speaking to them in a mixture of English, Urdu, Punjabi, anything I could think about, but no Spanish. So maybe next time I can think about that. So where you guys are now going up this hill nice and easy, I'm definitely not. But we get there.
इधर से अभी पता है कि वो लॉस्ट हो गए।
हाँ, थोड़ा सा हमें कंफ्यूजन यहाँ पे हुई है कि किधर को हमने निकलना है।
ये इधर हम लॉस्ट हो गए बेसिकली, तो इधर वेट कर रहे हैं, सारे इकट्ठे हुए हैं और डेस्टिनेशन जो है वो देखने हैं कि किधर पहुंचना है, तो उसको डाल के इंशाल्लाह ताला विल स्टार्ट फॉर जर्नी अगेन इंशाल्लाह।
तो अब आप क्यों इधर रुके थे आज अभी?
मेरी जो साइकिल है थोड़ी सी पंचर हो गई थी, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मुझे रेस्क्यू किया इन्होंने, नई ट्यूब डाली है, पंप किया इसको, और तो
डिले टाइम कितना हो गया है?
डिले मुझे ज़्यादा से आधा एक घंटा हुआ है मैक्सिमम, जो है ना वो मैं डिले हुआ। मेरा ग्रुप तो आगे निकल गया।
Last 10 miles, I really struggled. But because we were in a team, we sort of pushed each other. You know, somebody overtook me and they said, "Come on, let's go." You know, some of the Spanish people did the same. And the Spanish riders are strong, so don't get me wrong. Although they were behind, they stayed behind with us and then moved forwards and backwards and to help us through. And obviously, our own riders, some of our own riders were very strong as well. And they were told, you know, you're a strong rider, you need to stay at the back to make sure you bring everybody. So I was roughly in the middle of the pack. We got there. We got to the outside of the skirts of the city, and we saw 2 police cars standing there. I had forgotten that we were going to have a police escort to take us in. We were escorted all the way into the city, probably about 3.5 miles, 4 miles, and we got to our grounds. That was amazing, because I've never been police escorted in my life before, so, you know.
That was quite something I've not experienced in the past. We've cycled, I've done the Ride for Peace before, but to be cheered on and also, you know, with our Ride for Peace banner on was quite exciting.
We got to the city, the cars were parked there.
And to my surprise, a stage was set up and a whole banqueting tables, quite a few of them, with cloth linen on them. Clearly our team behind the scenes had got to there before we got there, done all the setup.
हमारे साथ तकरीबन 13 के करीब साइकिलिस्ट थे जो हमारे साथ खाइन तक गए, और वहाँ पे फिर जो मुख्तसर प्रोग्राम के साथ डिनर लंच वगैरह भी लोगों को सर्व किया गया। लेकिन दिलचस्प बात ये थी कि पार्क में इर्द गिर्द और भी बहुत सारे लोग बैठे हुए थे। हमने बस उन्हें जो लीफलेट इख्तियार किया हुआ था, वो उनको जाकर लीफलेट पकड़ाते थे, वो लीफलेट पढ़ते थे, और उसके बाद हम कहते थे आ जाएं हमारे साथ, बैठ जाएं टेबल पे, खाना खा लें। कोई गुजर रहा होता पार्क से तो उसे भी कहते कि ये इवेंट हो रहा है राइड फॉर पीस, तो आ जाए हमारे साथ शामिल, तो लोग आगे शामिल हो जाते। तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एक तबलीग का ज़रिया बन गया बड़ा अच्छा। जो स्पोर्ट्स की उनकी जो सेक्रेटरी थी प्रोविंस की, उन्होंने आगे जब तकरीर की तो उन्होंने इसमें यही कहा कि मेरी ख्वाहिश है कि फिर आप इस इवेंट को अब एक मरतबा नहीं बल्कि इसको कंटिन्यूस करें।
Bueno, pues para nosotros, para el Ayuntamiento de Jaén, la verdad que es un orgullo y un honor poder colaborar en esta iniciativa deportiva. seguiremos apostando por esta iniciativa y esta comunidad desde luego pues va a tener las puertas abiertas para todas sus propuestas y todas las iniciativas que planteen desde el Ayuntamiento de Jaén.
This is from us, not just from the Spanish members of our community, but from the UK as well. And we're very, very grateful that you've hosted us, and very grateful for the welcome that you gave with the police escort. And I think everyone here had a welcome surprise with the police escort as well. So we're very thankful to the city of Jaén, the people of Jaén, and we hope and pray that this, through sport, we can build bridges and we can understand each other much better, and that's the main objective.